Hey guys, welcome to the Sonic Hack Showcase. Today we'll be looking at a requested hack, Metal Sonic Hyperdrive. This hack is brought to you by Darkon and has had quite a few changes over its time. And of course many changes compared to the original. So we started off with a nice title screen and now we get introduced to a nice main menu screen. But we're going to jump right into the game to see what has been changed. So we're in Resort Island Zone 1. And we're playing as Metal Sonic, one of my favourite characters from the Sonic series, so that gets bonus points for me, I suppose. Now, the idea is it's still very classic Sonic style, but there are a few moves that have been added. Of course, he has a spin dash, but he also has a wall jump. Now, this is all well and nice, but the spin dash is a little bit weak, in my opinion. You can't charge it up, you can only spin once, and then that's it. So you can't get any feeling of speed with the spin dash, which can sometimes aid you in various parts of the platforming. In a way though, the wall jumping ability is a trade-off, because most of the stuff you've wanted to spin dash up, you can just wall jump up. Graphically, this game has had a big change, and I do like everything I'm seeing. It might not contain the polish of some hacks I've seen out there, but it's definitely different and very solid. Most of the zones have had name changes and art styles to go with those name changes that are completely different from the original game. A few other graphical changes being the monitors, the bandits, and occasionally the flickies, or whatever you want to call them, small animals. Another noticeable change to the game are the boss fights. Though they are pretty much the same, there are slight changes in the way that they're done which make it a little bit more interesting. For example, the first boss can only be hit by wall jumping, but you have to try and time your jumps to not be hit by the swinging ball to be able to then wall jump and hit him. It does take a little bit of getting used to and to try and get the timing down, but once you do, it's as practical and predictable as all the other bosses have ever been. All the music has been changed for each individual level, as well as the acts, so you'll be listening to different music every time you complete a stage. There is some quite different music in this hack that I'm not used to hearing. Having said that, that also means that some of them don't sound quite right, but having said that, they aren't too bad. I don't know, it just seems like some of the notes are a bit off and it can be a bit louder than it needs to be. But I can't really comment on that much because I don't know much about music porting or anything like that, so but as you can see, what once was the Marble Zone has completely changed in art style to look like some kind of ruin. It's quite interesting. Another thing I actually want to mention is layout. Level layout in particular seems to accommodate for your wall jumping ability quite a bit, and there are some very interesting moments. I've found myself not really finding any dick move parts, which is actually quite a relief for once. I get this feeling like I got with the other games. You could take the higher route or the lower route depending on what's more suited to what you're doing. The only problem I have really with the layout is sometimes there are parts that kind of just seem to stick out in particular and kind of stop your momentum. You just dead stop, and then that's kind of it. But again, the art kind of works with the layout to make it seem like it should be like that, in a way. Overall, this hack is quite good and very well presented. Only thing I'd like to see out of it is maybe a little bit more polish and a few tweaks on a few things. Now, there is one thing I'm forgetting, but I can't quite put my finger... That's right, there's more than one character in this game. Yes, there's actually 5. So let me run them down real quick. So you have Metal Sonic, which is pretty much like Sonic, but he can kind of homing attack and wall jump. You have Darkon, which looks like he should be in a Mortal Kombat game. He's pretty much the same as everyone else, except his double jump is not really a homing attack, more than a launch upwards. You have Kirby. Yep, Kirby. In a Sonic game. Well, I must say, it's original! And his double jump is to make him go upwards, like really far. And then he can wall jump and do everything else. Then we have It's a Me, Not a Mario, which is pretty much the same, except his double jump is just a homing attack. And then, funnily enough, we have Sonic, which is funny considering he has a wall jump but no double jump feature whatsoever. And this was Metal Sonic Hyperdrive. I'll see you next time. Later! And the victory is mine! Oh, pfft. So, I heard you like mudkips.